the Northern Ireland border.
So you're with us, you're from Southern Ireland, you're okay.
There's
no border then, no, was there?
Not in those days, no.
We looked that
up, didn't we?
Yeah,
Because I said
1922 was it?
21 or 26
Yeah,
when the island split.
Wow, I've got family over there, eh?
So.
Well, over there.
Yeah.
So,
What some of the occupations then, Carol, that we found?
Quite a lot of
weavers,
weavers, cotton mill,
bricklayers.
on the Babington side, they mostly seem to be bricklayers.
Painter and a grainer.
Now this is Thomas Green, your dad. His dad, William Henry. On the censuses, he was put as a bricklayer. The censuses go every 10 years. In 1901, he was listed as a bricklayer. In 1911, he was listed as a velvet dyer, which is quite a change of occupation. But Catherine married a gentleman who was also listed on the censuses as a velvet dyer. So I would have a guess that William has got in with his in-laws. We've got a house painter is listed on
we got a schoolmaster somewhere.
Yeah, I've seen that.
That's on the O'Neills on the
That's our only claim to fame.
Herbert, Grandad Herbert is listed as a paper stainer. Wallpaper.
I don't remember him working when we were.
He's 80 when he died.
Yeah.
So he's listed as a wallpaper stainer. So whether that's putting colour on, before printing,
old-fashioned printing.
Possibly, yeah.
Interesting. What about is it Uncle Matthew that went missing?
Yes.
You had an Uncle Matthew.
On your dad's side.
he just moved out when he died.
Now this was very complicated. This took a bit of sorting out. At first I couldn't find Thomas Green. Now what I was told originally when I took the basic details down was that Dad's birthday was the 19th of January.
Correct, was it?
Yeah.
He wasn't born in January.
No, he wasn't. It's
October.
So I was led on a bit of a wild goose chase in the beginning.
No. Well, that's good. It helps you to investigate.
So I found a couple of possible Thomas Greens, and I wasn't sure which was which. Now again, the way that the records are recorded, what I said about mother's maiden name and that, the way that deaths were recorded up until about the 1970s, the age of death was recorded. After the 1970s, the date of birth is recorded. So I met Denise in Winton Library one afternoon and showed her that there was one or two possibilities of Thomas Greens. And they're both born, I think they're both born around 1918, and I think they're both died around 1980. But looking at the date of birth, Denise was quite convinced that this was the correct one, the 19th of October.
By your information,
that's right.
So looking. Again, there's not much information on the censuses, and people didn't always list themselves on the censuses, I don't think. But Denise said that one or two of Thomas's brothers and sisters, she knew a name of Albert, and she knew a name of Sarah, and I think there was another one. Was it James that you said was another one? You knew a couple, so it was a little bit trial and error. What we did was we found this marriage certificate, which the marriage certificate had mother's maiden name on, obviously, and from the dates afterwards, I looked for Greens that were born in Salford with the mother's maiden name of Bebington, and that's how the latter ones. The first few showed up on the 1911 census, up until about there, and then the last few I found by trial and error by, as I say, putting in Greens with the mother's maiden name of Bebington. But sometimes, just out of curiosity, I will just straightforward Google a name and see what comes up. And trying to find a link to actually prove this was the correct family, I googled the firstborn, Matthew James, and it threw up a little story about him. And it's on the computer. The dates that this conversation was going between these two people was about 4 years ago. And somebody had found Matthew James in a newspaper article that, aged about 14, he'd disappeared from home and gone off to look for his dad, who was apparently away in the war. So I printed out the conversation, and coincidentally, just it was only a few days ago, I went into, I don't know who knows Salford Art Gallery on Chapel Street. That's where the local history records are kept, and there's newspapers, old newspapers on microfilm there, and it gave the date of this newspaper article as August 1916. So I looked through the papers for a few weeks either side looking for this article and couldn't find the actual article. But a few days ago, getting a book from the library, just for history's purposes, and as I was looking through the history book, I thought, that is familiar, and that is the actual original newspaper article.
So he would be their uncle?
Yeah.
Okay, that's that.
Yeah.
Great.
Matthew Green of Buckingham Street, Orchard Lane.
Now what, on the 1911 census, where he was 9, he's listed as being, feeble-minded.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Special needs.
That's what he's
Yeah, you
saying.
mentioned it, Jimmy, to me.
He was one who died in
Yeah.
mental hospital.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be right.
That was his brother, my dad's brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the oldest brother. Matthew.
Wow.
So he was 14. Looking at the dates when it happened, he would have been 14.
Is that the one who drowned? Bill, is that the one who drowned?
He's a rather weak
I remember that.
until the lassie was wearing a soldier's
14
cap.
to 18.
So he's never seen again?
Yeah, he's
Has he never seen
been
again?
Only found him.
Somebody's just said he died.
Well, one of Dad's brothers.
I mean, was he seen again now when he was that age?
I
I don't know.
Son
I think they found him.
Drowned.
He went
We all
looking for
stayed
his
at
dad.
my mum's, didn't we?
Found
Oh,
him.
yeah.
Oh, that was it, yeah.
No, this was
Did he have something on his legs that you said?
Yeah.
This was in
He
1960.
went, I think it said he went with his dad's army cap or something and putties, which
What was it
something
always around the time?
something tied around your legs,
Yeah, I
yeah.
used to wear them.
You did you? Is that what they call putties?
Putties. You put it here and you put it there.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting this.
What I have borrowed from the local library, I don't know if anybody's interested in having a look through the Salford pubs, if
Have you
that
read
was
them all?
Picture where they all live. I know you've already got it, but you were saying it could be one of these on the.
Well, possibly, yeah. Russell Street.
Russell Street.
The book that I've just taken that picture from, somebody's pointing out.
Right, Bullock, sit with him, Major.
Oh,
Sorry.
Right,
Yeah.
good friend of mine, Major.
Right. Okay. Well, I know him through the history library.
Wow.
I know him through the